Smile and learn.
Hey friends, did you know that nature is in a constant process of change? We call these changes natural events. A natural event is an event that occurs in nature and is not directly caused by humans. There are many types of natural events such as rain, wind, or tides. When these events become dangerous and destructive, we call them natural disasters. Learning about natural disasters helps us to be forewarned and avoid damages. Do you want to know more? I'll tell you about a few of them. Earthquake. An earthquake, also called a seism or a tremor, is a sudden movement of the earth due to the collision of tectonic plates with each other. Tectonic plates are like pieces of a puzzle that make up the Earth's surface that are constantly moving. Sometimes these tremors are very slight and are not even noticeable, but other times they can be very strong and cause personal and property damage. We use the Richter scale to measure earthquakes' strength. The largest earthquake ever recorded was 9.6 on the Richter scale. Impressive, right? Volcanic eruption. A volcanic eruption happens when fissures are formed in the Earth's crust and magma comes out of the Earth's interior. What is magma? Magma is molten rock at extremely high temperatures. When magma leaves the Earth's surface, we call it lava. In addition to magma, volcanic eruptions also emit gases and ash that can be harmful to living beings. Here's an interesting fact. 75% of all the volcanoes in the world are located in this area called the Pacific Ring of Fire. Did you know that volcanic eruptions are extremely powerful and can cause earthquakes? Tsunami. Tsunamis are gigantic waves that destroy everything in their path when they reach dry land. Tsunamis occur for various reasons, such as an earthquake or a volcanic eruption at the bottom of the sea. Sometimes tsunamis originate at one point in the world and travel hundreds of miles, affecting countries far away from its starting point. Thanks to international alert systems, it is possible to evacuate the areas that will be affected by the tsunami, thus avoiding personal damages. Tornado. A tornado is a tube-shaped mass of moving air that rotates at a high speed. It usually has a wider end at the top and a narrower end at the bottom where it touches the ground. Tornadoes do not usually last long, between a few minutes and a little over an hour, and they usually travel several miles before disappearing, destroying everything in their path. Winds that produce tornadoes can reach speeds of up to 300 miles per hour, and their average diameter is usually about 250 feet, although they can be much larger. Hurricane. Hurricanes are the strongest and most violent storms that exist. Hurricanes are always formed at sea, and depending on their location on the planet, we give them different names, such as cyclones or typhoons. A hurricane's diameter can be up to 1,100 miles. Also, it can last for several weeks, generating winds of up to 150 miles per hour, which can cause a lot of damage when they reach land. To measure a hurricane's intensity, we separate it into different categories, from 1 to 5, with 5 being the most dangerous category. Wildfire. A wildfire is a large fire that spreads out of control and is produced in natural environments such as forests or grassland. Wildfires can cause great losses in the flora and fauna of the environments where they originate. Wildfires can be caused by natural causes, such as a lightning strike, or, sadly, by human action. Flooding. Floods are accumulations of water in specific locations. Floods can be caused by different reasons, such as excessive rainfall in a particular area or an overflowing river. There are studies that claim that climate change is responsible for the increase in flooding in certain locations. This is why we all have to do whatever we can to take care of the planet. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, wildfires, and floods can be a little scary. But don't worry, thanks to scientific advances, it's becoming easier and easier to predict them and thus be able to stay alert and take precautions in the areas where they originate. Wow, we've learned a lot about natural disasters today, but there are a few more to come. Don't miss the next video. Hello, adventurers. I told you in the last episode that natural events are constant changes that occur in nature that have not been directly caused by humans, such as rain, wind, or tides. When natural events become dangerous and destructive, we call them natural disasters. Learning about natural disasters helps us to be forewarned and to be prepared for the worst. Do you want me to tell you about some of them that were not mentioned in the previous episode? Let's take a look. Drought. A drought happens when there is less water than usually available in a given area for an extended period of time. Unfortunately, droughts are an increasingly common phenomenon due to the fact that rainfall is less frequent than in previous years. This means that rivers, lakes, and wells have significantly less water. When there's a drought, there isn't enough water to irrigate crops, so plants die, as well as the food they produce. During periods of drought, water shortages can also occur in populated areas, and as you can imagine, it can cause major problems for the local residents. Heat wave. A heat wave occurs when the temperature in a given area is extremely hot. Normally, this phenomenon takes place in summer and usually favors a drought. Ugh, it's so hot. Heat waves are detrimental to living things in the area. Crops spoil, animals and humans can become dehydrated, so never underestimate a heat wave. During a heat wave, it's recommended to stay in shady places or under coverings. Don't go outside during the middle of the day, and avoid intense outdoor exercise. So make sure to drink plenty of water and stay in cool places. Avalanche. An avalanche usually occurs in mountainous areas. It's a huge mass of snow that suddenly slides down a mountainside at high speeds. To trigger an avalanche, there must be an unstable pile of snow and an inclination of between 30 and 40 degrees. A pile of snow can fall off due to gravity or simply an animal's footstep. These are some causes of an avalanche. An avalanche can reach a speed of descent up to 186 miles per hour, sweeping away everything in its path. Avalanches increase in size during their journey because it not only includes snow, but also vegetation and rocks. Landslide. A landslide is the movement of a large mass of earth or rocks sliding down from higher elevation to a lower elevation. Landslides can be caused by different reasons such as heavy rains, earthquakes, volcanoes, or simply by unstable terrain. Like in other natural disasters, human action can intensify the severity of this phenomenon. Deforestation is one of the triggers. When there are no roots to help hold the soil components together, the ground becomes wet due to rainfall and these land shifts occur. Storm. A storm happens when two air masses of different temperatures and pressures collide, giving rise to phenomena such as rain, hail, snow, lightning, strong winds, or even tornadoes. Storms can have different intensities. Sometimes they'll be very mild or very destructive. There are many types of storms, such as thunderstorms, sandstorms, or blizzards. There are times when storms produce hail, which are balls of ice that fall violently from the sky. Hail is very damaging to the environment. It destroys crops, and it also can cause damage in cities, like breaking windows or denting cars. Make sure to take cover when it hails. If not, you might end up with a bump on your head. Finally, I'll give you some facts that you should keep in mind about natural disasters. Did you know that they have tripled in the last 30 years? Also, did you know that they are more destructive than ever, and that 20 million people are forced to leave their homes every year because of them? Impressive, isn't it? A large part of this increase in damages is due to the Earth's increasing temperature, i.e. global warming caused by the misuse of natural resources by human beings. But don't worry, you can help slow it down. How? Well, by doing simple actions such as recycling or controlling energy consumption to help reduce global warming and natural disasters. Are you ready to take care of the planet? We've learned so much in just one video. Did you know there are many more videos? Imagine how much you could learn. Subscribe to the Smile and Learn educational channel to learn and have fun at the same time.